City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk. Let's get it started. Let's City Talk. Let's get it started. With my man, Rod. And my man, roll. City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk. Let's get it started. With my man, Rod. And my man, City Talk. Let's get it started.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of City Talk. I'm your host, Gerard Carter. This is the host,
Big Fool.
And if you haven't done it already, please download the CoyoteMan Show Network on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and you can find it where you find your mobile apps. So, Fool.
Yo, what up?
Something tragic happened today, right?
Yeah. You know, it wasn't today. It was Sunday. Yo, we lost one of our pioneers, K. Slay.
One of the
you
greats.
know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, this brother brought a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of brothers to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say, you know, blessings to his family and everything. So
Yeah, rest in peace, K. Slay.
no doubt.
But you know, that's a sad moment. That's a sad moment in Baltimore. A sad moment for the nation. You know, hip hop. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But today we're gonna talk about the holiday is over, and I don't mean just the Easter holiday. The tax on the gas, everything gone back up, man.
Yeah. Tax on the gas definitely went up, but I'm not gonna lie. I appreciate, you know, we were one of the states that did have the tax break, because a lot of other states didn't get that.
Right. Hogan did step in and, you know, gave us a little break, but man, that's hitting us hard.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, yo, like at the end of the day, what we gonna do? We go pay for it anyway. I mean, you know, they
Right.
so-called say it goes to the
roads.
to the bridges and
The roads.
the potholes.
So I would implore everybody. This is for everybody. If your streets is bad, where you live,
Yeah.
beat them up. Be like, nah, I'm paying for this. Now you know you paying for it. You see a almost 40-cent increase happening overnight. So, you know, which kind of leads us into, you know, what was that company you was telling me about?
What was that?
Company called Joby.
Yeah. Joby was I was checking it out the other day. It was on 60 Minutes, and they was talking about it was almost like what's the name?
A big drone.
It's like a big drone and all that.
Mini helicopter.
Yeah, but he's saying he's gonna join with Uber and he's go you could, instead of you waiting in traffic now, you could just jump on the Joby and you can fly home. I'm not a real big fan of all that, because it's still operating by battery, and I'm just, you know, I get it. You know, we moving into the Jetson scene, but I ain't too sure if I'm ready to jump in it. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for the future, and I know you like a futuristic kind of brother, so I know you know.
I dove into it a little bit more after you told me about it, and you know, they seem like a solid company. You know, it's a guy named Joe Benevert and Paul Sierra and a few other unnamed people that's putting big money behind this. You know, they raised like $130 million in 2018. The FAA gave them $970,000 in 2017 for their tests and everything. Right. So this is not just a company that's jumping out their garage saying, you know, we can do this.
So like Uber, like, so you just be like, oh, just hit the you know what I mean, and then you.
I mean, and like you said, they partnering with Uber.
Yeah, but they said they talking about trying to start it up by next year,
2023.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, how fly would that be? You come out the club, he jump in his bands, he jump in his range. You know what I'm saying? And then the joint come out the sky, and you and your lady just jump in the Joby, huh? Like you said, we going futuristic now.
Okay.
We're almost in the Jetsons, you know?
I'm feeling that. You know what I'm saying? So hey, look forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I ain't got no problems, but I'm just not a fan of just jumping on it just yet.
I mean, definitely, I'm not going to be the test dummy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, a couple of them going to fall out the sky.
Well, they saying it's not gonna be that high in the sky anyway. They saying that it's not gonna be high and they have like a trail and all that to go on.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, they said there's more accidents that happen on the road.
That's. I mean,
planes that fall out.
Last week when it was nice out, did you see how everybody was driving?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody was driving like Walmart was giving out, like they was giving out licenses or something. Like everybody was just driving crazy.
And look, hey, it's getting warm, Baltimore.
No
you
doubt.
know it's coming.
Yeah,
all the productions is coming. So instead of when you mad at the light, don't be so salty. Just pull your phone out. And when the dirt bike boys come, you know what I'm saying? Because the nicer it get, the deeper they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They blocking it off and they doing the tricks and you seeing all the different vehicles they have. You might as well just pull out your phone, get you some footage.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because you ain't going nowhere. It's a little irky when you gotta go to work, but you ain't going nowhere.
Oh man.
You know what I mean?
So I'm also getting to the Pacific Gas and Electric. They paid out they settled out for the state of California $55 million on when the Northern California when everything caught on fire, they settled for $55 million for when it caught on fire because it was due to the electric line falling in Northern California.
I hear that.
Yeah, so
I mean, I think they kind of got railroaded into being the cause of that fire, but hey, I guess if somebody had to take the blame.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going back to the rehabitat and the land that got burnt up and the plants and all that. And I mean, some of the homes that caught on fire. I mean, that's what in California. What's that about? Like what, $55 million? What's that? Like what, 2 houses?
You're right. Some parts of California you can't even get insurance for your house with stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is crazy when you see those forest fires and stuff like that. So, like I said, if they want to, do stuff to help the environment to decrease the chances of stuff like that happening, they got the money anyway.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what's up. And also, what else did you want to touch on? Was that in Texas? Texas back at it again. Oh yeah, did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Greg Abbott, he's showing off. He started sending the people to DC. Now they sending them other places, So I mean, hey, it happened, and it just and then it seemed like people was finding places to go. They send them other places, Philly, New York, things of that nature. They send them around and give them homes and things of that nature. So.
And it is a touchy issue because you don't want to deprive somebody that's coming from lesser conditions that are trying to better themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, without a doubt. I mean, like I said, I ain't got no problems with it. I mean, people come in here and they want a better life. I mean, who don't want a better life?
And some of them actually do come and work hard.
Oh no, they come through it. I mean, I mean,
making some other people look bad.
Yeah, they come through. They work hard. They do what they do. So that's what's up. And also too, in Minnesota, in Minnesota too, they banned the no knock warrant. They stopped that because they don't want another what happened with the brother Amir Locke. They stopped that. So I think that's a good one too. I mean, because you just never know. Somebody in the middle of the night just push your door and knock your door, and you don't know what you gonna get.
I mean, you don't know how they don't know how you're gonna respond, and you don't know how you're gonna respond.
So. I mean, hey, you don't see no badge or nothing. You think it's somebody intruding your home, so.
And sometimes when the police come through on raids like that, they don't look like police sometimes.
No, they don't. So, I mean.
We saw that, a couple years ago with those, the police officers that, Sean Suter and all of them, forgot what they were called, the Gun Trace Task Force or whatever.
Yeah.
But they would run down on people. They would be in all black.
But they also changed that. Remember, they did change that law, because remember when the brother that was down in what was that, down in Fells Point? They did change it because he was in plain clothes, and they said from now on that all officers have to be in plain clothes now because they were saying.
But I'm just talking about how back in the day they used to come through looking. They used to look scary.
Yeah. I mean, well, Minnesota, Minneapolis, they changed that because the brother that unfortunately lost his life on that was definitely what I'm saying, because. He was in his friend's house, but still, that still don't give nobody the right to raise up on you.
Right. I mean, I think police reform across the country, like when they was talking that defund the police and stuff like that, nah, you don't defund the police. It's you put the funding into retraining the police. It starts at the academy level.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree, and I do think they do need to work on retraining a lot of these officers too, because it's just like, for example, even like firefighters, that what just recently happened with the firefighters. I just like, when you see things like that, once you see something, you can't unsee it.
Right.
And once you have that stress level of doing things, then it's just like kind of like the people. You know what I'm saying? You take that home, and then it's just like day after day, day after day. Maybe maybe a trip to Punta Cana or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
A little stress.
Yeah, and another thing, since we're on that topic, Baltimore City now is they saying that they hiring investigation assistants now. Yeah, they said they want to start training like just regular, just anybody that's out there. What 49,000? I mean, that's not. I mean,
49,000 a year is what they starting at.
That's what they start. That's what.
Okay. Now, from that perspective, to do some of the things that they're asking regular citizens to do, as far as being, going and interviewing people that, I don't know, it might be a murder suspect or something like that. I don't think a person who's not a police officer should get involved with that, because you're going to be getting information from parties that might be sensitive and dangerous for you to know. But as far as doing stuff like the social media detail and stuff that doesn't require you to have
well, I mean, you get an investigation associate. I mean, like, didn't they just say they had a shortage? They said Baltimore City got a shortage on police officers.
I mean, what they're trying to do is get people in and not have to pay them a pension, pretty much. And
ladies and gentlemen, you get what you pay for. So,
but Baltimore City police officers, they start off close to $60,000.
Okay.
But they have to keep them under the bar. You know what I'm saying? What would a police officer think if the what do they call, investigation assistant makes the same amount they do? You know what I'm saying? So they don't get the same perks as far as benefits and everything, and they call it privatizing the police force.
Oh, okay. Well, privatize. On another note, I'm gonna turn the page on that one. They finally got that barge out what is it called, the Ever Forward. So the Ever Forward is out to Chesapeake Bay now.
Right. What helped it out?
They had to take some of the cargo off.
And in the full moon too.
No,
it was a high tide.
That was a high tide to get them out of
thank the moon.
But they was in there for over a month. They was there for over a month. Not only that, the state of Maryland is also saying that they from Ever Forward, from the company, they want $100 million, saying that it destroyed the oyster. It destroyed the oyster bed that it got stuck in. So now they saying from Ever Forward, they want $100 million.
So hit them in the grill, P.
Hey,
Ever Forward, get the gas face.
Hey, we got to take this break, so hey, we definitely will be back.
We'll be back in a few. The City Talk.
Started.
City Talk. You say it's going to be short as
City Talk.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the CoyoteMan Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
Let's get it started, 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 started. City Talk. Let's get it started, 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 started. City Talk. City Talk. With my man, Ron, and my man, roll. City Talk. Let's get it started, 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 started. City Talk. Let's get it started, 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 started. With my man, Ron, my man,
City Talk, we are back. And if you haven't downloaded the CoyoteMan show network on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and if you haven't went to find it where your mobile apps are, what in the world are you doing? So Vor,
What up?
got something to get into. You know the governor's race is coming up.
Yeah.
This Hogan's last term.
Right.
And you got a couple people that throw their hat in the ring. One man in particular I've been, following for a little over a year, close to 2 years, named Wes Moore.
Okay.
And what really caught me when he started talking about he wanted to move the governor's mansion to Baltimore City if elected, because he felt like that would give the city more integrity, that the governor's right there in their backyard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he wrote this book about growing up in Baltimore. He said he was a troubled youth. He said he remembered being in handcuffs at 11 years old. His mother, had enough, family support, sent him off to New York. He went to a boarding school, graduated, did well for himself, joined the Army, made all kinds of accomplishments, went to Johns Hopkins University. So then he, like I said, he was talking about this tough childhood he had in Baltimore, and come to find out, he's not from Baltimore.
So he faking the funk. So, because I heard about this story and I followed a little bit of it, and it was just kind of like, you really had no reason to really kind of, because it's like, he kind of mimicked his life after the book. And I mean, I know he's not even from here. He's from New York, and then he's claiming that he's from West Baltimore, and it's just kind of like.
What makes it more interesting that his name is Wes Moore, but there's another man.
Yeah, because he wrote the book. He did write a book
called The Other Wes Moore.
Right. Okay.
So the other Wes Moore grew up in the Winchester area, and he killed a police sergeant.
Okay.
And he's still incarcerated now. So this guy was saying, hey, I grew up in the same neighborhood as this other guy named Wes Moore. We have the same name. We're close to the same age. And we were troubled youth. Mm-hmm. And I want to show how my experience led to this. And, I didn't, I got help, and I was able to be what I am now. And unfortunately, this Wes Moore is still incarcerated. So in 2010, he was on the Colbert Show because of the book.
Okay.
Colbert said, is this your neighborhood? Because they were talking about the other Wes Moore.
Right.
He said, yes, the Winchester area. Last week, they ran down on him at a function that he was talking about running for governor. And the lady said, so what part of Baltimore are you from? He said, I'm from the Waverly area. Waverly.
So
he said, I grew up off the Alameda. So, no, he said, my family. Now, we all know the Winchester area and the Waverly area, for anybody that doesn't know Baltimore, the Winchester area is West Baltimore, and the Waverly area is East Baltimore. So which leads me to ask you, beside all these accomplishments this man has made, right? Like I said, he's done some wonderful things. He was on Oprah. He actually fooled Oprah. Oprah got fooled one time, and she said she'd never let it happen again. Oops, he did it again. Wow. But would you vote for this man, knowing what I just said?
Well, I mean, first of all, if we learn about where we from, and we learn about, Because I mean, that's just like yo, you know, like I know cats from New York, and that's just like yo, that's just like if you hopping from barrel to barrel, like yo, nobody kind of like yo, where you from? Are you from Queens, from Brooklyn? It's just like yo, kind of like yo, where you from? It's just like yo, we just as like for example, I'm from Florida, but I've been here I feel like I've been here longer than I've been in Florida, so I'm a Baltimorean now. So at the end of the day, I mean, like I still know my way around when I go back home, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but when I'm here, I'm like, yo, this is what I know. So I'm not gonna sit back and say, oh, like I was born and raised, but it's just like, yo, for you to, if you lying about that, then what else would you lie about? You know?
Then he got pushed in the box and had to admit that he came to Baltimore when he went to Johns Hopkins.
Yeah, but you wrote a book, dog. So
you said you
like,
got put in handcuffs at 11 years old in Baltimore, which was the other Westmore.
Yeah. Hey man, you know, the brother made a he made a it's not looking good from a lot of standpoints. I mean, like if you just say you got fiction and nonfiction, you know what I'm saying? If you just like when you read your kids certain books, I mean, you let them know they know Peter Cottontail. And
do you remember the lady that was in the NAACP and she wasn't black, but she said she identified more as being black? You remember her?
I forgot her name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
So maybe he identifies with being from Baltimore more, like.
Okay, but he could have said that. He could have said that.
Nowadays,
he could have said that.
People can do whatever they want, right?
When you go online, that's what it seems like now. That's what people are doing, right? You know, for those online, no offense, no, I ain't online, so you know. But like, if you online and you saying one thing, and then you know when you really get caught out there, because you know around the way, if you get caught with some fugaziness, that's it. Yeah. You're done. So I mean, this is.
Are we gonna see? Because I don't know. They said because the election is not until November, and this is coming out now.
Okay.
It might not hurt him as much because he might have time to clean it up, or people, you know, have short attention span, so people might just forget about it.
I just you know, at this point, like right now, it's not for me personally. It's not looking good. So I mean, you know, at the end of the day, but I don't know. Like, let's see what he got to talk about, because I think everybody lie a little bit, like politicians. I think everybody tell a fugazi story. And then when they get in there, they'll do something different, because there ain't nobody stuck to what they said, but just coming off the rip on lying about your lifestyle or where you from and all that. Now that right now, like that leaves a little salty taste in my mouth. So
let me ask you real quick.
What up?
You know, Theroux has jumped into the race for state's attorney.
Right.
Do you think that would split the vote and give Ms. Mosby a chance to keep her position?
Hey man. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna let the race do what the race do, and I'm just let it do what it do.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But getting back to what else did you have for us?
Okay. Right now, I mean, like even in Texas, right? They talk about back in Texas again when he was talking about the abortions for the women now, and they saying they restricting access to abortions, you know, anything that's after 6 weeks is like, but you know, like I kind of feel like at the end, I feel like with women saying if it's her body, then she should better do what she want, because what's going to happen is people gonna start doing a bunch of like crazy stuff like they did before then.
I understand what you're saying, like back in the day, the tactics that
that people did.
I do think since we kind of have evolved more as society, I don't think the government should put a mandate on when it could happen or not happen. I think what should happen is the man should have a say also if he is present.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it is her body, but she didn't get that way by herself.
Well, you lost your say so when you took the condom off. So.
Did you lose your say so, or did you create something?
Well, once you create it, I mean, hey, once it's gone, it's gone. It ain't yours. It ain't yours.
It's not yours no more.
It ain't yours no more.
Okay.
This
is a real touchy subject. I didn't have conversations.
No. I mean, at the end of the day, like even like when I saw them out there protesting, I give it to them. Women came out in groves. They was out there like, they had signs saying "Mind your own uterus." I mean,
you're right. But as a man, I don't have a say so. And like, what if it was a man that said, "No, I want you to, have it, as long as there's no kind of complications that's going to threaten your life or anything.
All right, but once again, it's her body.
Her body.
That's her body. So a woman. I feel like the woman. That's her right.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is her body.
But at the end of the day, once again, and I don't want to make this into a male female thing, but it's like like the men is kind of making rules for the women. Where was the rules that for the woman to say, hey, because like you got to think Mexico is right there. Mexico's right there. I mean, you go across the border. If you go across another, and even if you go to another state, they even take care of stuff like that. Like, like they go hit them with a murder, accessory to murder. Even if somebody ride with you, they go get them with accessory. So it's like, but it's gonna be interesting how this all because I don't think nobody's gonna lay down on that.
No, because everybody has their feelings about it.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Since we are on that topic, then right. Then, for example, I was just talking about this with a couple people I know, and it was just even the deadbeats, the deadbeat dads that's running around out here and all that. Remember once upon a time, people shamed people. Remember that? Like people didn't remember in Fences. I don't know if you saw Fences or not, but Denzel. Anyway, Denzel went out there and he had a child with another woman, and his buddy told him, he said, "Look, hey, I can't hang with you no more. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't like the way you're treating your wife." So it's just on the real, as far as shaming people like deadbeats and all that. What if they start doing stuff like when you ride down 83 or 95 and the people that's deadbeats, they put their pictures on a billboard. They put their picture on a billboard, or
I think
they put
at one
them
time they did do that.
Or put them in a newspaper or something like that to say, hey, look here,
I think at one time they did do stuff like that. It just got to a point where, public shaming get to a certain point where if you shame the wrong person, if a person receives too much shame, then people gonna start feeling sorry for them. You know what I'm saying?
But if you don't, hey, look, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's definitely a good idea. I think shaming in the community for you being on some BS, that's would make a lot of people be like they wouldn't want to let their face get seen. If everybody said shame, you did that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look at here, we out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Talk
Next week.
Catch us at 7 for another 30. It's City Talk. And download that CoyoteMan Show Network app if you haven't, or if you just tuned in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a good night.
City Talk. Let's get it started. City Talk. Let's get it started.